Y'all think Hitler said nigga? What y'all think that sounded like? Was he like, nigga? Like, what is
Bro, my clip's been going viral lately, bro. All right, anyways, let's start with the Thanksgiving story time. Or first of all, the week before, let's start with the NYC story times. Bro, why the fuck is my do-rag slanted? Damn. Cover my eyebrows and shit. Why is my face, bro? Hold on, let's chill. So first of all, starting off, if you're here for my vlog, I went to New York a week ago to surprise my best friend for his birthday. Now, what happened was his friend, Ayana, reached out to me and she was like, hey, we're doing a surprise party for Pranay on the, what the fuck is this Drewski video? Why the fuck, what is that? Is that me? Bro, I gotta watch this. Bro, this is me. Bro, this is me.
Because I wanted to address you hat fishing. What that mean? What that is? Y'all ain't worried about no money though. Ain't nobody worried about no money.
Bro, this high key been me for the past few months. I got my bald spot and that shit ain't been growing back. I've been taking minoxidil and shit. Bro, let me show y'all my bald spot back in August. Let me show y'all this disgusting, I really got a disease. I might be undiagnosed with some shit, bro. This shit back in August. This is right before I cut it bald. Y'all see that shit? This shit is disgusting, bro. This shit is better now, but this shit's still fucked up. It grew back a bit, but like not really. Plus my hair, bro, oh my God, bro. I really need to get on that finasteride, bro. Low-key about to start buying something to go in like a pool with, because I went to the beach with my friends like during the summer and my bald spot was showing like a bit. Like I need something. Why did I call my Instagram? What was I looking for? Oh, I was trying to show my DMs. I gotta be careful showing my DMs. Hey, we're thinking about throwing a surprise birthday party. Are you free this weekend? I might be at school, but if the party's on the weekend, I can pull up. This is before Halloween. This is a week, like a while ago. I texted her in November. I was like, Ayana, is that party still going on? I think I'll be able to make it. She said, what's your number? I'm gonna add you in the group chat. We're gonna surprise them at dinners. But then I got to the city late, so I wasn't able to pull up to the dinner type shit. But I was still able to surprise him. Pulls up to the party, as y'all see in my vlog. We got a banger off that. We got a banger. Now hold on, wait. I'm telling the story time wrong. Get to New York. I'm already tight as a bit. I'm tight as a bit because I had to cancel my bus because I was late for my bus ride, so I had to get another bus. I didn't get a refund. I'm spending too much money, bro. I'm going broke. I've been going broke for a year now. I pull up to Pranay's apartment. I call his one of his friends that lives there, Kat. She lets me in. I don't know if I should be saying this on stream, but Kat and Pranay were trying to set me up with Kat's friend. So I pull up to the apartment. It's just me and Kat. Kat's like, oh, can you wash the dishes? Because she has to go set up. So I'm washing the dishes. Next person that comes in the apartment is Kat's friend. The one they were trying to set me up with. Was that planned? So I'm like, was that shit planned? How are we the first two people at this party? Anyways, though, the friend wasn't really like talking to me that much. So I'm like, okay, let me just chill. Oh my God, bro. Y'all see this thirst trap ass photo? What the fuck? What am I doing? What am I doing? So I'm at the party. I'm like, you know, I'm not even really trying to like be on that. And then people start creeping in. We got all of Pranay's friend groups. We got Pranay's freshman year friends from his dorm. We got his friends from China. We got Pranay's friends from Indian trip. There were some bad huzz there. There were some bad huzz in that group. There's a small ass apartment. There's 20 people. Do I got photos? NYU people are so performative. Like I fuck with them, but like why are we always talking about philosophy and like literature type shit? Like can we talk about huzz? Like I feel like every time I'm around NYU people, we're always in some sophisticated conversation. Like can we not be degenerate for a little? Like whatever, bro. At this point, the Indian huzz that I thought were bad, they weren't really like giving me attention. Eventually Pranay pulls up to the party and we surprise him. You see, oh my God, Amari. So like now the spotlight was on me. Now everyone who's there is like, wait, who's Amari? Who's Amari? Who is he? Spotlight's on me. Indian Huzz starts looking my direction. Now we're in there. But later in the party, I'm like, yo, Indian Huzz, like, what's the vibe? So they're playing this game called Truth or Truth. When I'm around the Huzz, I start acting the cornball. I'm like, Truth or Truth? Like, what is that? I sit down on the ground next to her. I'm really a pro at this shit. So we start playing this game. Me and her, like, I'm telling like a truth. First of all, bro, they asked me a question. They're like, what advice would you give to your 15-year-old self? And Amit is Pranay's friend grew up in the same hometown in Delaware. I'm cool with Amit too. I'm friends with him. And he's like, oh, it's probably not beating off in the same room as your roommate in high school. And so, because I went to boarding school and there was a lot of like stories like that. So he says that, answering for my question. It wasn't his question. And now everyone turns at me. They're like, you were doing what in high school? The Huzz is right next to me. She's like, what? This nigga's trying to dirty Mac, bro. He's trying, bro, this is not a good impression for the Huzz, bro. So I'm like, yo, I'm doing the Michael Jordan meme. No, shawty, no, I was not beating off next to my roommate. That wasn't me. trust. Eventually I got back on her good side. Me and her are laughing. And Pranay has this tradition called a dance party. He's like, yo. He's like, yo. Doing a dance party. He puts on some ethnic music. He got Indian, he got Brazilian. He might have had Russian in there. I don't know how you know all these genres, but Pranay's an eclectic dude. We start dancing in the middle of the room. I asked the Asian girl Bonds, I'm like, oh, let's dance. Like, sorry. We're dancing and shit. But it's the Indian girl didn't want to dance with anyone. So she goes to the kitchen. So I'm like, damn, bro. Like I would have asked her to dance, but she wasn't really in the vibe. And then eventually they left and I didn't get her Instagram. I didn't want to ask in front of everyone because I would have made it awkward. Everyone got silent. But then she gave me a look as she left. She was like one of these, like one of those. So I knew I was in there. Now the next day, Pranay meeting up with this friend group, the Indian friend group. I was like, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll make sure I ask for the Instagram. So basically, on this night, everyone cleared out the apartment. Everyone's leaving, but the Asian girl Bonds was still there because she was like gonna stay with Kat. You know, Kat is her friend. They usually stay the night. And I'm like, yo, yeah, you gotta stay the night. I was like, yeah, stay the night. I'll be in the living room. You should be in the living room too. Bro, so Amit was also staying the night. So I told Amit, I'm like, yo, Amit, like, why don't you sleep in the room with Pranay? Pranay's got a big bed. I'll take the living room. I'll take the beanbag. Bonds can get the couch. I'm really strategic, bro. I'm doing this on the fly. First of all, performative Instagram story. Happy birthday, Pranay. You can barely see Pranay's face. This is really just to highlight me. Pranay's face is blurry. I don't give a fuck about him. This is really to highlight me. Pranay has cake on his face. It looks like he has ejaculate on his face. It don't matter. I'm in the living room. I'm talking to Asian hus, but I'm not really feeling like, even though Pranay and them told me she's interested, I'm like, you know what? I'm not really trying to, I gotta be careful putting this online, bro. Pranay's friends watch my videos. It don't matter. So I'm not really trying to like be on that type of timing that much or force anything. But I was like, oh, like next time I'm in town, cause me and her were talking about shopping. But, oh, next time I'm in town, we'll go shopping together. She works at a fashion school, some shit. The next morning, she leaves in the morning. I'm up, me, Pranay, and Amit gotta study and do work. I'm editing clips. Mind you, during this time period, there's a whole nother girl, her name Aries. Now Aries is in the same sorority that my mom's friends are in. And Aries, my godmother put me in a group chat with Aries like a month ago for no reason at all. Let me show y'all a screenshot. My godmother's like, hey, this is Tanika, that's my godmother's name. Please send the pictures your mom took the other day. The other person text is my godson Amari. I know both of you are super busy, but I want you to meet. Unfortunately, this is the only way to connect you two. I just need both of you to respond that you received this message. So she puts me in a random group chat with this girl. I don't even know what she looks like. I don't know anything about her. Y'all know how older people do. They just be trying to put like two, you know what I mean? And this girl goes to Colombia. I don't know what the fuck she's thinking. So me and this girl were talking back in October, but I felt like she was being a little dry, like she didn't really want to talk to me type dick. And so I kind of ended up ghosting, but I don't like ghosting because that's not like my type of vibe. So I texted her in the middle of November. I was like, hey, my bad. I just never realized I never texted back. Was hella busy with midterms. You know, coming out with lies because like I wasn't busy. It did slip my mind though. But she surprisingly responded, and after responding, she was less dry. So me and her were talking, cause I was like, oh, I'm gonna be in the city this weekend, let's meet up. Mind you, I went back to school that night on Saturday because I had to meet up with another girl for a party. So, So I'm talking to this girl and I'm like, she's like, oh, if you're uptown anytime before 5:30 p.m., let me know. So that's not even really like a plan. Like I thought we were gonna go on a date. She's like, if you're uptown, let me know. So mind you, I had this Indian dinner. How am I gonna make plans with her? And it doesn't, like she's interested in meeting up with me, but she's not really putting a plan. She's just like, if you're around me, let me know. So at one point I was thinking, okay, for the plot, I should go near her school just and be like, oh, I was in the neighborhood, like type dick. But I didn't end up doing that because I was like, what kind of simp mood is that? And I already got my bus ticket to go back to school. I spent the money. I'm like, it's fine. But maybe next time during winter break, me and her can meet up. We'll see. I got her Instagram though, so we'll keep that on the back burner. Anyways, though, I'm at the Indian dinner and we're seated in a position where I can't really talk to the other Indian girl because she's next to her friends. There's another Indian girl also. There's two of them. The one I didn't really talk to, but she's like, she was bad. Oh my God, she's bad. Bro. I got her Instagram too later. Trust. I'm on that. I'm talking to this one of the guys, Pranay's friend, who has this social media account. He's this Asian guy, but he sounded black. And he has this social media account where he cuts people's hair. Me and him talking about social media because y'all know I do social media. Pranay has this other friend who she was cool. She just talks a lot about her mental health. She's talking about cutting herself and suicidal attempts in high school. I'm like, girl, I just met you. What the fuck? Like, where did this come from? I'm glad you feel safe with me. And then at some point we were talking about phone sex and me and her really started to relate on that because we're both experienced in that area. I'm gonna get banned on Twitch. Anyways, though, after that dinner, we all went to get ice cream. While we're walking to get ice cream, wait, there was another guy. There's this other girl, and she was talking to Amit. Mind you, Amit's like a classic frat dude, and this other girl is like the opposite of that. And they're talking about like frats, and she said something about like all frat guys are rapists. And then he's like, that's a gross overgeneralization. And they're going back and forth, making a very uncomfortable environment. And I'm like, damn, this is like night and day. It was a very interesting dynamic. That girl had a brother, and me and the brother were talking. He's doing finance stuff, I'm doing marketing, we're talking about job stuff. And then I tell him I go to Haverford. He's like, oh, I know this girl that goes to Bryn Mawr, which is a school right near us. I look her up on Instagram, bad as fuck. She's bad as fuck. I haven't hit her with the follow yet. I'm leaving on the back burner. If I see her in person, I'll be like, oh, I met your friend. That's my end. I got a whole list of names. I'm targeting this year. I'm gonna catch the STD by the end of 2026. Nah, I'm catching the STD by the time I graduate college. I swear to God. Anyways, I'm talking to the Indian girl. Me and her are talking about random shit. I get her Instagram. I'm like, oh, like, let me get your Instagram. She's a psychology major too, so we're bonding on that. The other Indian girl, she had like ice cream. She said, oh, you want some of my ice cream? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try some. She offered me her ice cream, bro. She's literally in love with me. I'm eating that shit. Then I'm like, oh, like, I asked this guy, the guy who cuts hair. I'm like, let me get your Instagram. I asked her. I was like, oh, let me get your Instagram too. I should have told her. I was like, oh, like, he lives in the city. I was like, oh, we should meet up sometime. I sold. But she followed me back. Though. And then that night, came back to Haverford. And then there was another girl hit me up and was like, oh, are you coming to our party tonight? Team, we're throwing a party. I pull up. Things happened. That's the end of that. Anyways, though, that's that night. That's that weekend. Let's go on to the Thanksgiving story time.